Think about a highly specialized field, say cardiovascular surgery. We instinctively know that to succeed in that operating room, you need years of elite education and a tremendous amount of natural intellect. You would never expect a person with no college degree who spent their life sweeping floors to step in and perform a heart transplant better than a Harvard-trained surgeon, or design a skyscraper better than a top-tier architect. It defies logic. But there is one massive, global industry where this universally accepted rule completely falls apart: finance. Take Ronald Read. He was the first person in his family to graduate high school. He spent 25 years fixing cars at a gas station and another 17 sweeping floors at JCPenney. Yet when he died in 2014, he left behind an estate worth over $8 million. Compare him to Richard Fuscone. Fuscone had a Harvard education, an MBA, and a career at Merrill Lynch so lucrative he retired in his 40s. But when the 2008 financial crisis hit, heavy debt and illiquid assets crushed him. He filed for bankruptcy, and his home was foreclosed. A rural janitor massively outperformed one of Wall Street's sharpest minds. This happens because doing well with money is not a hard science governed by intelligence. It is a soft skill, where how you behave is vastly more important than what you know. Fuscone built his portfolio the way you might expect a top executive to. He relied on a massive income, an elite network, and complex strategies to maximize returns. Read took a completely different path. He saved what little he could from his janitorial paychecks, invested in blue-chip stocks, and then he just waited. He let his tiny savings sit for decades, relying on a principle called confounding compounding. Most of us have a hard time wrapping our heads around why this strategy works well. Our brains are wired for linear thinking rather than exponential math. This chart shows linear addition versus exponential multiplication. Adding 8 9 times equals 72. Multiplying 8 9 times rockets past 134 million. Read rode the steepest part of this curve. If you panic and sell, you interrupt the timeline, cutting off the growth. Merely earning good returns and sustaining them uninterrupted for the longest possible period will consistently obliterate high-risk, short-term tactics. Earning money is only half the equation. Keeping it requires resisting the urge to show off. Fuscone borrowed heavily to expand an 18,000-square-foot mansion with 11 bathrooms, 2 pools, and a maintenance cost of $90,000 a month. Take the story of a successful tech executive who bought several $1,000s in gold coins, took his buddies to a dock, and proceeded to skip them into the Pacific Ocean just to show his friends how much money he had to waste. These are examples of being rich. A high income allows you to buy highly visible things, like luxury cars and mansions. Wealth is different. Wealth is the diamond not bought, the upgrade declined. It's the hidden financial assets that haven't been converted into stuff. Building that invisible wealth doesn't require a massive salary. It requires keeping your lifestyle expectations from running away as your paycheck grows. This chart shows how wealth is generated. Saving money is simply maintaining the gap between your ego and your income. As your income goes up, suppressing the desire to show off creates the margin you need to accumulate assets. Read lived in a modest house for decades, cultivating invisible wealth that made him a multimillionaire. Meanwhile, Fuscone's pursuit of visible riches left him with massive overhead and nowhere to hide when the market turned. Academic finance is devoted to finding the mathematically perfect investment strategy. Highly intelligent people often try to be coldly rational with their money, using heavy debt and leverage to maximize their potential returns on paper. That exact strategy left Fuscone completely exposed. When the 2008 crisis hit, his highly leveraged, mathematically rational portfolio was turned to dust, leaving him bankrupt and his mansion sold at a foreclosure auction. Ronald Read never tried to be a financial genius. He aimed to be reasonable. He carried no debt, bought blue-chip stocks, and lived well below his means. This gave him a massive margin of error. Financial survival is the most important part of any strategy. Avoiding complete financial ruin ensures you stay in the game long enough to let compounding do its magic work. We are usually taught to save for a specific goal, a down payment on a house, a new car, or retirement, but you don't actually need a specific reason to save. Saving just for the sake of saving creates a vital hedge against life's inevitable ability to surprise you at the worst possible moment, and there is a hidden return on investment that comes with those savings. Having cash in the bank gives you control over your own time. It gives you the flexibility to change careers, wait for a better opportunity, or simply dictate your own schedule in a hyper-competitive world. The highest dividend money pays is the ability to wake up every morning and know you can do what you want, when you want, with who you want. It is a quiet, powerful freedom. The janitor achieved it, and the elite executive let it slip away.